One, here we go, guys. We are back at you people once again with another movie review.
Damn right we are. We are back with a good one this go around.
Oh, yeah. This time around, guys, we're going to be talking about the 2008 film called Killshot, which has a really good cast in this movie.
It does.
Which we're going to go over here. So, we got Diane Lane.
Diane Lane, great actress.
We got Thomas Jane.
Yeah.
We got Mickey Rourke, fantastic actor. We got Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
Rosanna, what's her name? Rosanna Dawson?
Rosario Dawson.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's a weird name.
Yeah, but she's cool as hell too, dude.
Yeah, she's a good actress. And also, there was another actor that was in this movie, but his scenes were cut out.
Johnny Knoxville.
Yeah, Johnny Knoxville. Which, if you guys... Now, this is something we got to talk about before we really get into the, review. Also, let me just point out that the release date on this film is January 23rd in the U.S. of 2009. In Israel, it came out November 13th, 2008. But actually, this film was filmed like in 2005-ish.
Yeah, because remember, me and you went out and rented a movie one time, and
yeah, we've seen the trailers for this.
Yeah. And
we've seen Johnny Knoxville in the fucking trailer.
Yeah, I mean, not just in the trailer, but they made him play like that he was a big part in the movie. Like, they were like, doing the casting call, like Thomas Jane, Diane Lane, Mickey Rourke, and they're like, and Johnny Knoxville.
Right. And I think originally Quentin Tarantino was like a producer on that, but he dropped out.
Yeah.
For some reason, there was some changes happening. Also, I got to mention that I'll tell you why Johnny Knoxville was edited out of the film, because it says here, post-production, it says by January 2006, Killshot was being screened to test audiences, right?
Yeah.
And it says the test screening shown that audience found the plot too confusing, and the story was not tightened enough. As a result, scenes involving Johnny Knoxville and a few other actors. Johnny Knoxville's role as a deputy were edited from the film.
Yeah, he was a deputy, but then they made it seem like that he was kind of like a bad guy.
Right.
But I'm saying, when you go back and look at the trailer that me and you originally saw, we're like, with Johnny Knoxville in it, we're like thinking, man, this is going to be a great movie. It's going to be a great cast and this and that.
Right. And it is a good movie.
Yeah, and I remember, we waited and waited, checking the video stores.
Yeah.
Like, man, when's this movie going to come out?
Yeah.
When's this going to come out? And
because for years, it was saying this was coming out, that it got delayed a year, delayed another year, it kept getting delayed.
Yeah, and I remember, it finally came out.
Yeah, out of the blue.
And then we watched it, and it was like, wait a minute, where the fuck's Johnny Knoxville?
Yeah, so they must have cut him out of the film.
Yeah,
but it was still a good movie.
Oh, it was.
Because I remember when I seen it, and I was like, yeah, this is good, and I said, I cannot wait till Joe and our buddy Butch sees this, because you're going to be shocked by the beginning of the movie, which was pretty powerful.
Yeah, that's the cool thing about me and you, and we had a few other friends that we always we see a good movie trailer, we'd always call or hit up the other ones like, man, you guys gotta check this trailer out, man. This movie looks badass, and
it definitely was.
We'd always keep each other up on movies that one of us might not have known about.
Right.
I remember Mandy, for example. You saw the trailer for that originally, and you were like...
Yeah, I had to tell you about it right away.
Yeah, you're like, dude, drop everything, check out this trailer, it'll blow your mind. And
well, the trailer to Killshot didn't blow my mind or nothing.
That's another one. Because,
I mean, I was blown away by Mandy, but I wasn't really blown away by Killshot. I thought it looked cool.
Yeah, I mean, it looked cool, and it had a good all-star cast. You're
Right.
thinking, man, you'd love to see all these people in a movie together.
Hell
Like,
yeah, which it worked out. I mean, but yeah, Mickey Rourke, he plays a guy named Armand. He's also goes by Blackbird, right?
Yeah,
And he it says Armand. He's a hitman known as Blackbird. In the beginning, he accidentally shoots his younger brother during a job, and then years later, he is hired by a mafia boss to assassinate the man's father-in-law at a hotel. But he kills the witness though, which this woman opens the door. He wasn't supposed to fucking kill her.
No, like she lets him in.
Right.
He goes in there, kills him.
He talks to the man for a little bit and then kills him.
Yeah,
And then what shocked you and Butch was that when he comes into the shower, she's naked and she goes, "Are you done?" or something like that. And he goes,
Yeah,
"Are you?" No, she says, "Are you finished?" And he goes, "Not yet," and shoots her.
No, he didn't say not yet. He said just about, and then he's like, he just takes her out. Like,
No, because I just watched the movie.
oh, okay, okay. It's been a while for me since I've seen that.
Right. But yeah, he ends up shooting her, and I remember you guys were like, "Whoa, what the fuck?"
Yeah, because I was not expecting that. Like,
Yeah,
like
for her to get killed.
She's in on it. Like, she set the whole thing
Yeah.
up.
Because the mafia boss guy,
Yeah.
she's working for him. Plus, he was fucking her, so he was so pissed about that.
Yeah.
Because at like one point, Mickey Rourke goes to a bus station or something like that, some sort of station, maybe a train station. But he notices mafia members there, so he gets out of there and calls the head guy.
Yeah,
And he's like, "Hey, you owe me some money."
You weren't supposed to kill the girl.
Yeah.
She wasn't part of the deal.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. Why'd something like that? And he goes, "Well, she saw my face." He goes, "Who gives a fuck what about that? She worked for me." And he was mega pissed, man. He goes, they were on the lookout for him.
Yeah,
which is
that's
crazy.
what he was in that movie. He's just like, I can't have people seeing my face.
Right. So he goes by that code of not, wanting.
That's why he wouldn't give up. Like later on, chasing after Diane Lane and Thomas Jane.
Yeah, which he really didn't need to do. They could have just left from there and left it alone.
Yeah, because because they weren't even never gonna say anything.
No, they were pretty much done with it.
Yeah.
But yeah, at some point, Mickey.
Yeah,
and Mickey Rourke's at a bar drinking, and so is Joseph Gordon-Levitt. His name in the movie is Richie, and Mickey Rourke goes to leave or whatever. He goes, "Oh, hey, I could use a ride," and he tells him good luck. He goes, "Oh no." He's like, he says something to him. He shows him the gun, and then he ends up having to take him for a ride, because he wants to do some crimes and shit. And beforehand, he was, he went into a house and started, I believe, wrecking it.
Yeah.
And it was actually an empty house for sale. He didn't know that. So he ends up calling the landlord, telling the landlord, "Hey, I believe he said I'm gonna fuck up these houses unless if you pay me like $20,000." Which is crazy. And in the landlord place, that's where Diane Lane works.
Yeah.
And so at some point he goes, "I want the $20,000. I'll show up when I show up, whatever." But and then he tells Mickey Rourke's character that "Hey, I'll give you $10,000. We'll go do this job, whatever." Because actually beforehand, what I need to say that Mickey Rourke, he was giving him a ride, right?
Yeah.
And he was telling him, "Don't worry, I ain't gonna hurt you or nothing." Joseph Gordon-Levitt Rourke's character. I just want to do some jobs or whatever. At some point, Mickey Rourke, pulls out a gun and puts it on him.
Yeah.
Which then he knows that, okay, he's also a bad guy too.
Oh, yeah, he's like, I just fucked up here.
Yeah. But see, what happens is Mickey Rourke ends up keeping him along because, he reminds him of his brother.
Yeah. Like that one scene where he's driving away at one point, and like an injured Joseph Gordon-Levitt is like running after him, like, hey!
Right. Well, yeah, he calls him. His nickname is Blackbird.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's after they go into that place where
they mistake Thomas Jane for the guy
that was selling houses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, I got the money. It's down in the truck. And
Well, when he first comes out, Thomas Jane has no idea who these guys are, and he's like, "Hey, I want where's the 20 grand?" And he's like, "Huh?" He doesn't know. And Mickey Rourke's like, "Yeah, he thinks you're fucking with him or and whatnot." He goes, "Show him what you're made of." And this kid fucking trashing the fucking place. It was hilarious. He jumps on a moose's head, and he yanked it off the fucking wall. And it's crazy, and he ends up pulling it.
I gotta say this, that Joseph Gordon-Levitt in that movie was a fantastic character.
Yeah, he was a loose cannon with no brain cells.
Yeah. Like, you would never want to be around that guy in real life.
Right.
Like
Plus,
that.
he wasn't like smart. He played like a dumbed down character.
Yeah.
In the film.
He was just like it's just like the way he acted is like, man, this guy is fucking.
Yeah.
This guy just don't care.
Well, also even in the beginning, when they first showed his character with him and Rosanna Dawson, whatever her name is.
Rosario Dawson.
Yeah, I'm gonna screw that up every time. But
I understand.
But they're together. They're a couple. But he ends up going to this place. He wanted some Elvis material that he had left there at a friend or family member's house. The family member's like, "Oh yeah, I remember you," or something like that. She goes, "Last time I saw you was when you were stealing my car," or something like that, years ago. And he goes, she says, "Why don't you get the hell out of here before I call the cops?" And she slams the door. He ends up taking garbage cans and throwing them through the window. He got mega pissed over that. It's like he gets pissed really easily in the film.
Yeah, not only does he get pissed really easily, but he's always got to destroy something.
Right. It's pretty wild.
Trash through a window, trash in the house,
right.
Trash in the office, and
yeah. So he ends up, trashing the real estate guy's office, yeah. And what's her name? Diane Lane, she's in the bottom area where the office is upstairs. So she's downstairs, and Thomas Jane is upstairs because he's up there looking around. He wasn't. I don't think he was even working there or nothing.
Yeah, I think because like I said, it's been a while. But he had a reason that he was there. I think he was get a job offer or
something like that. I can't remember, but he was there, and then they trashed the place. He goes, "You fucking remember me now," or something like that with a gun. He goes, "Okay, you win." He says, "The money's downstairs in the truck. Let's go."
Yeah, and really, he didn't have no money in the truck. He just wanted to get down there because he had like a bat or
he had I think he had a pipe.
Yeah.
And he ends up beating the fuck out of him. But before that, Diane Lane sees all of them, and she's calling him by his name. And Mickey Rourke, "Oh, wait a minute, this is not the guy." Realize that's not the guy's name.
Not just because he hears him call his name.
She
looks at the truck.
She's saying, "Who's Wayne?"
Yeah.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt, because when he called the real estate guy, he knew the guy's name.
Yeah.
But then when she named him the other name, Wayne, he's like, "Who the fuck is Wayne?" And Mickey Rourke's like, "Let's get out of here," because Mickey Rourke recognized him from earlier when he was in this Indian Village, I want to say.
Yeah.
He was talking to a friend. He noticed him. So, he ends up pulling out this pipe and knocking Mickey Rourke down with it, hitting him.
Yeah. And then he went and locked the office, and that's when Diane Lane got like a real good look at him, like a face-to-face deal. And
right. She ends up locking the door.
like the whole thing is about is like, you see my face.
Right. But Thomas Jane ends up running upstairs again, and Joseph Gordon-Levitt goes after him, shooting him, and then at some point Thomas Jane tackles his ass out the fucking window.
Yeah, and he crashes down the thing. That's when, Mickey Rourke's driving off.
Yeah. At this point, Mickey Rourke takes off. Yeah, and he was going to leave Joseph Gordon-Levitt. His bad guy name is Richie.
Yeah, he's going to leave Richie. He stopped, and he remember he had like a flashback of like, of his little brother.
Right. And so he stopped and got him.
He backed up and let him get in the car and took off with them. And
right. It's just pretty crazy. That was a cool scene. And that's when the cops got... no, the cops didn't intervene at that time, I don't think. Or no, yeah, they did. There was cops there at the one place. But the guy... he was saying... that he didn't know about these crazy people, other than he got some phone calls and he told the police, but he didn't tell Diane Lane or Thomas Jane about any of that. And she was pissed off about it. And let's see here. At some point, what's her name? Diane Lane. She gets like scared. Right, so she has Thomas Jane come over, and because they were husband and wife.
Yeah, they're husband and wife, but they were.
But they're separated or something because they couldn't.
Separated, yeah.
Because they couldn't have a baby, so she's, going through these emotions or whatever. But she ends up. They end up going to her place, and then. Thomas Jane leaves, though, before they do anything. And then Joseph Gordon-Levitt goes after Thomas Jane. And then Mickey Rourke walks to the house. Huh?
Yeah, I remember that scene. He goes after him at, like, a party store. And trying to, like...
But right before that, Mickey Rourke is walking up to the house. And she pulls out the shotgun.
Yeah, she comes out and like has like a standoff with them, like telling him like
he tells him, "You're not going to shoot me" and all this, but she doesn't shoot him, but she does shoot the gun. And she ends up going into the house and locking it, and I believe calling the cops. While Thomas Jane ends up going to this party store, and then Joseph Gordon-Levitt ends up following him, and he just comes in there like a wild fucking tiger. Shooting the fucking place up with a shotgun.
Yeah.
And Thomas Jane tells the lady, the girl who's running the party store, to get the fuck out of there. And and he's like I said.
Oh no, you're not going nowhere.
Yeah, she ended up not going nowhere. She just got down on the floor like an idiot. And then he's shooting up the whole place, and Thomas Jane ends up getting out of there. Driving off while everything's shot up. And the funny thing is, after he's gone, Joseph Gordon-Levitt is about to leave, but he hears the girl, whimpering in the crowd. He gets her. He asks her something like, "Are you Indian?" She's shaking her head no. And she goes, you should get yourself some hair products and do this and that and whatever. And then he looks at her again and he goes, "Are you sure you're not an Indian?" I'm thinking, man, you're retarded. Of course, come on now. He
winds up fucking shooting her.
Yeah, he's like, fuck it, who cares? And he ends up going to leave. Then he turns around and shoots her because Mickey Rourke, they were talking earlier in the movies.
Yeah, about leaving no witnesses.
Leaving no witnesses. you know, when you do things, which is crazy. But that was a crazy scene. So because of that, the cops get involved and they have to go. Thomas Jane, they go into witness protection.
Yeah.
Which is pretty crazy.
Yeah, you got to go off and have a new identity, new life, new everything. That would be the craziest thing to ever have happened. Like, you have to go into that. Like, you know, you spend your whole life who you are, and it's like next minute, like, no, you're no longer who you are. You're so and so from this state. You've been here your whole life. This and that. It's like you got to read your whole life on a piece of paper. Like
it's crazy.
Like, yeah. It would be hard because, like, you know, you used to, you know, so many people, you know, knowing yourself by your real name, and you got to call yourself a different name. It's like, it's fucking hard to do.
Right, especially at first, I would assume.
Like, you can see in some movies where, you know, people have to be called other names, and they'll be like, they'll accidentally call each other like their real names, be like, hey, so like, wait, what? Who's that?
Right. But then here, I want to read that Richie then tricks Carmen's mother into revealing that they had moved to Missouri.
Yeah, isn't that the old lady that he gave her like a back to let live?
Yeah. And then Carmen suspects the FBI is using them as bait to find the killers. But it says reconnects with Wayne and their new life together. Yeah. And also, let's see, Blackbird. He gets, Blackbird, which is Mickey Rourke's character.
Yeah.
He gets a hold of the mafia guy again because he needs their help. The mafia boss, they want him digging up his brother's body and burning it in a car with another corpse to fake their deaths.
Yeah.
You know, so that they think that they're, you know, dead now and can probably go home, you know.
Yeah, just to set them up to where they get them back home and they're like, you're mine now.
Right. That was their plan.
Yeah. And I remember, what was it? At some point, they go and stay with Richie's girlfriend, you know, Rosario Dawson, for a bit.
Yeah, Mickey Rourke is staying with Joseph Gordon-Levitt's place for a while, and she's you know, she's an Elvis fan. She talks about Elvis and stuff, and he even gets mad about that. You know, he's getting all mad because she's getting along with Mickey Rourke's character and shit. And Mickey Rourke's had enough. He tells him to shut the fuck up. You know, and all this shit.
Like, you know.
But
yeah, it's like, and I can't remember what happened there. I know at some point
they go to leave because they know where they're at. But before they do, I mean, Mickey Rourke asks Joseph Gordon-Levitt's girlfriend, you know, do you know my business and whatnot and all this? She goes, look, you're a good person, blah, blah, blah. You know, I don't, you know, that's all I know. And so he actually lets her live.
Yeah, because he knew that she was not a threat.
Right, but when he gets in the car,
it's like
Joseph Gordon-Levitt gives him this crazy stare, like I know you didn't kill her, you know.
Yeah, and he's just like, hang on a second, I forgot something. And he gets out of the car.
Like a minute later, you can hear a shot.
Yeah, you just hear.
Right.
And you see that look on Mickey Rourke's face, like, fuck. You know, like he didn't want her to die.
Yeah, and even beforehand, there was an Indian guy that was friends with Thomas Jane in that city that was full of Indians. That they killed his ass too. because he was asking questions about them because he knew them, and he goes, you know what, let's go for a boat ride. And they go for a boat ride, and they're talking about birds and ducks and seagulls and shit like that, or something like that. And some birds land on trees, and Joseph Gordon-Levitt's character Richie says, "Oh, look, there's some seagulls on the trees," and he tells him, "You're going to have a hard one with this kid because, you know, he's not too bright." And he tells them ducks don't land on trees, you know. So at some point they're on a boat in the river. They go to a certain area. When the Indian guy gets out, he ends up swinging on Mickey Rourke's character with his gun and ends up running off. And then Joseph Gordon-Levitt ends up chasing him, shoots him in the leg or something. He goes, "I know ducks don't land on trees," or something. He's like, "You know, you really pissed me off," and shoots him in the leg again or somewhere. He goes, "I know ducks don't land in trees," or something like that, and ends up killing him. And I thought, damn, dude, this kid is a fucking nut job. You know?
I think that's why I say later on in the movie, Mickey Rourke finally starts, like, realizing that, like...
Yeah, right, that he's not like his brother, that this is just a loose cannon.
Yeah, and then, like, when they finally go after, and they wound up, like...
Yeah, at some point they end up finding him, but Thomas Jane's character is... Huh?
Yeah, Thomas Jane's character is not around.
Not around. He was gone, but Diane Lane's character, Carmen, was there.
Yeah, and they wound up attacking her and, like...
Well, they didn't really attack her, but they did... Well, Joseph Gordon-Levitt's character ended up, like...
trying to sexually assault her.
Yeah, a little bit, and then he was pouring shit on her, and, you know...
he poured deer piss all over her.
Yeah. It was kind of...
I remember that, yeah. He had her, like, take her shirt off just where she had her bra on or whatever, and...
Right.
He poured, like, deer piss on her and made her stay that way.
Right. Yeah, and she was cooking meals for them, and they were sitting there waiting. They were waiting there during the day into the night, and at some point, Joseph Gordon-Levitt's character kept going on and on, talking some fucked up shit. And then when he mentioned his girlfriend, which really triggered Mickey Rourke, man, he ended up
fucking shot him in the damn head.
Yeah.
You see, remember it was a funny moment because, you know, Richie was chewing a piece of bubble gum and he kept blowing bubbles, and right when he went to go blow a bubble, after he said that about his girlfriend, he went to go blow a bubble. As soon as he blew the bubble, fucking Mickey Rourke just like, fuck it.
Yeah, right. He had enough of him.
Like, you shot him, and you see him go, like, fall back out of the chair and hit the ground, and you see, like, the bubble, like, explode was all over his face.
Yeah. Mickey Rourke even told Diane Lane's character that, you know what, I'm not like him. You know?
Yeah, what did he say, too, after he shot Joseph Gordon-Levitt? He's like, one, Richie. Everybody gets one.
Right.
He's like, even you.
Yeah. But he ends up telling her, to go upstairs and get changed. She ends up changing, but there's a shotgun out there. And she ends up coming down, with the shotgun, but he ends up grabbing it, and that pissed him off. And then that's, I believe, when Thomas Jane's character comes back to the house, and he's talking about wanting to, reconnect with her and build a relationship with her again.
Yeah, he doesn't even have any idea that Mickey Rourke's in the house.
Well, not until he looks in the mirror or through the window, and he notices Joseph Gordon-Levitt's character is down on the ground, dead.
Yeah.
Then he's like, hold on, he's talking to her, saying, hold on, I got something in the car I want to go get, I'll be right back. Yeah, he ends up going to get the shotgun, and Mickey Rourke ends up, like, going right through the fucking door of the house. Instead of opening it, he breaks through it.
Yeah.
And so they have a little bit of a shootout, but Thomas Jane ends up getting shot, I believe, in the left shoulder or arm. And then Mickey Rourke runs out of ammo with the shotgun, so he I believe he ran out of ammo. I believe he pulls out another gun and shoots him in the hand.
Yeah, remember what happened was, they dropped a bullet earlier in the house when Diane Lane dropped a bullet. She was
right. But I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the shootout between.
Yeah, but I thought that he, when he ran out of ammo, he dropped the shotgun, and then Diane Lane was able to put, that bullet that...
No, he left the handgun in the house. And they left the bullet... She put the bullet in the gun while they were shooting it out, obviously. But at some point, I believe Mickey Rourke ran out of bullets with the shotgun, and then he pulls out a handgun and shoots Thomas Jane in the hand. And then he stops, and then he turns around, and he notices, Diane Lane's holding a gun, and he tells her, the gun doesn't have any bullets. But it did. It had a bullet in it, and she ends up shooting him, and then Thomas Jane at the same time ends up grabbing his shotgun and shooting him as well.
Damn.
So he takes two guns,
a handgun
and a shotgun at the same time, which ends up killing him.
Yeah, and they ain't gonna survive in that shit.
Right, and that was pretty much it. It would have been cool if I were to direct that film. I would have done it I would have had her shoot him, and then I would have had, once Thomas Jane shoots Mickey Rourke, I would have had him fly back onto the fucking truck or something. Yeah. Instead of just folding down, I would have had him flying. Which I think would have been pretty cool.
Yeah. It's always cool when you see a kill scene like that in a movie, somebody gets shot and they just go flying,
Right.
Reminded me of remember what was that, Django Unchained, when it was say goodbye to Miss Candy.
Right.
Bye, Miss Candy.
Yeah, boom.
Boom, as you can see her go flying into the other room
yeah.
Damn.
And so I don't even think this film hit theaters. I just noticing it coming right to DVD.
Yeah. No, well, you know what? It was. You know what's weird about it though? A lot of the copies I've ever ran across on DVD were always Blockbuster exclusives.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah,
maybe it was at some point.
Yeah, but I've seen maybe only one or two copies I've ever ran across that was the actual DVD cover.
Right. I have the Blu-ray.
Yeah.
So
but the DVDs I ran across, it was the cover, but they had a strip across it saying a Blockbuster exclusive.
Interesting. Now it says Theoro says Killshot was originally stated to be released in March of 2006. It then was delayed until October 2006. But I don't even think it hit the theaters because it then says home media. It says it reported on, it was going to come out on July of 2009 that, it says that Killshot would be going straight to DVD. 2008. So it did, but then it says it's September. This is weird. Okay, let me reread this. It was reported on July 19th, 2008 that Killshot would be going straight to DVD. And then it says in early September of 2008, the film was resurrected for a November 7th, 2008 DVD release, but then pushed back to January 23rd, 2009. But then it says here, finally, the film was released on DVD in May of 2009. The movie was filmed in 2005, did not come out until 2009, and then the Blu-ray came out in 2011, which I have. That's crazy.
It's funny, the movie gets made in 2005, doesn't come out to 2000.
Right.
To come out until 4 years later.
Yeah, at the end of 2005, it was completely filmed, and it was going to come out in 2006, but everything, it didn't do well with test audiences, so they cut out all the Johnny Knoxville stuff.
Yeah.
That's
I
crazy.
mean, honestly, when you go back and you watch the movie now with them taking out Johnny Knoxville,
Well,
and it was kind of like, it was easier to keep. I mean, made the attention focus
right.
on.
Maybe, yeah, I don't know, because too bad they never released the deleted scenes, or do some sort of director's cut or something on this.
Yeah, or did like an uncut, version.
Right, same thing. Director's
Like
cut, uncut.
yeah, like how you get them sometimes, like to be uncut director's cuts.
Right. But all in all, I would say really good movie.
Yeah,
Good,
it was cool. Great
good,
action, great storyline.
good casting.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt,
Right.
his crazy ass character. And you
Yeah.
know what? The thing that sucks is that he was so crazy that you're just like, man, dude. But when he got killed, you're just like,
You're like, thank God he's gone.
no. I honestly felt the opposite way. I was like, oh man, that sucks. Like,
Really?
yeah, like I wanted to see more of his crazy ass antics the way he was.
Not me. I was glad that his ass was gone.
Yeah.
Because I'm just like, nah, dude. Because he not only was he a loose character or loose cannon, but he was a dumbed down character.
Yeah.
He wasn't. I mean, he wasn't stupid, but he wasn't really bright. He was just doing all kinds of wild, stupid, crazy shit.
Yeah.
Not thinking.
You want to know what that scene reminded me of in a way? I just thought about it. Was reminded me of Jackie Brown.
Oh, okay.
When Robert De Niro takes out Bridget Fonda, it's kind of like that same thing. Like she's just fucking annoying him to the point where he's just like, don't say another fucking word. Just don't.
Right.
He goes around to turn to leave, and she's like, okay, and she's like, fuck this.
Oh yeah. That was a trip. That scene during that movie. That was yeah. That was a trip. I bet the audiences, when they see that theaters, are probably, whoa, dude, what the hell?
Yeah, because you didn't expect like him just to fucking kill Bridget Fonda like that.
Not like that. But anyways, Killshot.
Yeah, but I'm saying like that scene where he kills Joseph Gordon-Levitt. It's kind of like that same deal.
Right,
like
a shock moment.
Yeah.
But all in all, it's a good cast. It says the box office it only made like $2 million, almost $3 million. So I guess it did hit the theaters, but it must have been real short. But only thing I can remember is it hitting DVD at some point. I'm like, oh well, here it is. Finally.
Yeah, we finally got to watch it. We're like, okay, I mean, we waited all this time for this. I mean, it was worth it in a way.
No, it was definitely worth it.
Like I said, the storyline, the characters, the acting.
Yeah, it was definitely worth it. Of course, we, it wasn't nothing like mind blowing, but I think the beginning was probably one of the coolest scenes, and the party store scene.
Yeah.
Was really cool too.
The party store scene and the
beginning where he kills the girl.
Yeah, like
we were that I was shocked by that.
She just opens. It's like, are you done yet? It's like, almost.
Yeah.
It takes her.
Or I was just like, wow, what the fuck, bro?
I bet you that girl is probably thinking like, wait a minute, it's not supposed to happen like this.
That mafia guy, by the way, he was pissed. He did not want her ass dead.
Because what they were, not just that that was his girlfriend.
Right. He was doing her, according to that one guy, because where Mickey Rourke goes to pick up the car, the one guy that knew the mafia boss guy told him, man, you fucked up, because he was fucking that girl.
And he's just like, she wasn't part of the deal,
right? I'm gonna guess the mafia guy, he should have told Mickey Rourke, don't touch her, don't kill her, nothing.
Well, I mean, in a way, all he had was his orders to kill the one guy.
Right, he didn't have orders to kill her.
I'm sure he had to know that she was in on it, because like the way she just answers the door and they kind of just look at it, it's like, hey, what's going on? Come on in.
Yeah, she opened the door, she was naked.
Yeah.
Her
So she was
breasts were exposed. You know.
Yeah, she was like saying something like, "Oh, I'm gonna go take a shower."
Yeah, she just goes and takes her shower while
Yeah,
he talks to the old man for a little bit about. He tells him that you're going to be taken out because the younger guy wants you gone and blah blah blah. Which is pretty trippy. And he goes, "Yeah, I'd like to be dressed first." And he tells him, okay, when he ends up being dressed, lays in the bed, he puts a cover over him, puts a gun on him, and boom.
Yeah, like just the way the guy wants to go. It's like, hey man, just let me be in a normal way. Just take me out.
It's time to go, man. Time to go.
And then when he took the chick out too, you're just like, whoa, wait, what the fuck?
Right. But all in all, cool movie. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, like I said, I enjoyed it. It had its shocking moments, had its good moments, it had its sad moments.
Yeah, it was all good.
Had a little bit of everything, and
along with a lot, a mixture of, like I said, really good casting.
Yeah, and that's what makes a great movie. Is when you got that right group of characters and actors and this and that. Like I said, the good people that you had in that movie, like Thomas Jane, Diane Lane, Rosario Dawson, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, Mickey Rourke, all big names like that do a fantastic job in whatever they're in.
Oh, absolutely. Especially Mickey Rourke, man. He's awesome.
Yeah, dude, Mickey Rourke can play I think he could play just about any character.
Yeah, he can get into it. I loved him in The Wrestler.
Yeah, I mean, he's like I said, The Wrestler, Expendables.
Yeah. I mean, you name it.
What was that one prison movie we seen with him in it where he played like an oddball character?
Mickey Rourke prison movie.
Yeah.
Was it in the 90s recently?
It was that one with Edward Furlong.
Oh, you're talking about it's Animal Factory.
Animal Factory. Yeah.
That's a good film.
Yeah.
But he was in a lot of good movies. He was in a movie called Bullet with Tupac, which was pretty good. Harley Davidson and the Marlboro Man.
Great movie too.
Yeah.
By the way.
Double Team with Van Damme.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. He was in Get Carter with Stallone.
Yeah.
Which is that's a cool movie.
But like you said, though, out of
Sin
all his
City
movies,
films.
One of our favorites would be The Wrestler.
Yeah, that's a really good film.
That's another movie we'll have to.
Oh yeah,
we're our review pile.
Oh,
here.
Definitely, we're reviewing that motherfucker for sure. But anyways, we're gonna wrap this one up.
Okay.
Because I don't know what else to say about the film.
Yeah,
other than it was cool.
Yeah, I mean, we said about everything we could think of about it. Like I said, I mean, I know you watched it recently. I haven't probably really watched the movie in, it's been a long time.
Really? Did you ever own it on DVD or anything?
Yeah, I owned it on DVD.
Did you own the Blockbuster exclusive version?
Yeah, I had the Blockbuster exclusive version and the regular version.
Okay, that's cool. Because I picked up my Blu-ray years back, and I got it at FYE. And once I saw it, I was like, oh yeah, I have to have it. Because at one point, I think I did have it on DVD, I think. I think we rented it, or I'm not sure how we first. I must have bought it.
Something. I mean, however we did, we watched it.
Yeah, I remember I watched it, and then we took it over to Butch's place, and then you and Butch saw it for the first time. I was there, which was pretty cool.
Yeah, you used to always do that kind of shit. You'd always see the movie beforehand, and then you'd be like, "Oh, I'm gonna watch it with these guys," and just keep
from time to time. I did that with that comedy film, Grandma's Boy, and I was waiting for you guys which we'll do a review on as well. But
Yeah,
I was waiting for you guys to see the part where he starts sucking on that girl's boob during the party.
Like, baby want milk?
Yeah.
He's like, baby like milk.
Yeah. Yeah. When I first saw that, I was shocked. I was like, oh, I can't wait till you and Butch see this shit. I remember when we did, which we'll talk about, you were like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And
it was shocking.
Yeah.
Because honestly, like, I don't go to any parties. I doubt I've never been to a party where some girl just walks up to some guy and just whips out her big ass tit. It was just like,
yeah, has the dude suck on it.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Like, that shit. I'm sorry, but that shit does not happen in real life.
I know. Oh, well, it's a comedy film, which is pretty funny. But anyways, yeah, we better wrap this one up. Any last words about Killshot with Mickey Rourke and Thomas Jane?
Yeah, just like they always say in the trailer, Killshot, rated up.
Yeah. Good movie. I highly recommend if you're into movies, definitely check this out. Especially
if you're a fan of Mickey Rourke, Diane Lane, Rosario Dawson,
right,
Jeff Gordon-Levitt, Mickey Rourke,
if you also like Quentin Tarantino films, this is a little bit like a Quentin Tarantino type film, a little bit.
Yeah,
I would say with the casting and stuff. Like I said, I think he was like gonna be a part of it, like as a producer or something at some point. But but for some reason it didn't end up that way. I believe in the let's see. I believe in the beginning. He had something to do with it. It's okay, yeah. I'm looking at the development and writing. It says Quentin Tarantino originally planned to write and direct Killshot. Wow. And have another, let's see, but at some point he says he changed his mind. Okay. So he was like a part of this movie at some point, but backed out of it. So I know he had something involved, but whatever. I guess he was going to direct. Interesting. But anyways, yeah, good film. Holds up. Go check it out. It's one of those films that really nobody talks about.
Yeah.
You notice that?
Well, I mean, it's just like I think because there's so many movies out there,
right?
And it's just like when you watch Killshot, it's like it just doesn't,
Yeah,
it's a good movie, but it just doesn't have that.
Yeah.
Like when you see like it doesn't have that value of like, oh man, I gotta go right out and see this.
It doesn't have the value of, say, like a Quentin Tarantino film.
Yeah, like Pulp Fiction.
You're like Pulp, right? It doesn't, like, you'll always remember Pulp Fiction or Jackie Brown or the Kill Bill films, but this one kind of slips a little bit below all of that, and but it's still a good movie that holds up, that it's worth checking out. And you can watch the trailers on it. If you watch some of the trailers, you'll see Johnny Knoxville.
Yeah, they'll play like the original trailer, and they'll show Johnny Knoxville's character, and they're like, Mickey Rourke, Joseph Gordon-Levitt,
right,
and Lane, and also featuring Johnny Knoxville.
Well, I don't think it does all that.
Well, there was a preview. I mean, maybe not talking like that.
Right. I don't think they talk like that. but you know what I mean. I know what you mean. But yeah, it just showed a bunch of characters in the trailer. And Johnny Knoxville's in the fucking trailer.
Yeah, and it's like, not only do you wait 4 years for the movie to come out, and then it's like, wait, Johnny Knoxville's not even in the fucking movie now.
Right. Well, I mean, that happens from time to time. There's been known actors that have been in films that have been completely knocked out of it. Just like what's her face that's in this film.
Yeah, Rosario Dawson, the fucking Devil's Reject.
Yeah, she was.
She's in a fucking deleted scene.
Yeah.
Where she gets her neck ripped out by fucking Dr. Satan.
Yeah. So
it's cut.
Yeah, she's completely cut out of the Devil's Rejects. So I mean, it's happened, from time to time. That's why I love director's cuts, so that we can get that footage back.
Another director's cut that was funny that's got me thinking about is if you watch the original and you watch the director's cut, you see two different freaking movies.
Yeah, that's true.
Halloween 2.
Yeah, correct. That's another one. That's another one we'll get into at some point.
Yeah, I'm just saying, if you watch the theatrical version, then you go and watch the unrated director's cut, it's like a totally different movie.
Rock and roll.
Yeah, that's crazy though, but whatever.
Anyways, yeah, we're gonna wrap this one up, guys, and
we will do another one as soon as we get the time to.
Yeah, and in due time we'll do another review on something. But anyways, that is yeah. 2 years, you'll see again. Anyways, joke around. But yeah, we'll wrap this up. You guys, hope you enjoyed this review. Go check out the movie. Go watch the trailers on it. And that is it for now. We'll see you next time.